Yes, good morning students. Today we are going to see about the topic programmation of error. So what is called programmation of error? That is combinations of the error is called as the programations. Okay. See, a number of the physical quantities that can be involved in an experiment can have different readings. See, the different instruments are used to take different readings. So these combinations of error may be involved into two steps. One is that of the individual measurement and another individual measurement. Individual measurement means if you are measuring this length means what is the original value? What is the true value? That is called individual measurements. You are giving the true value. And if you are some students are coming forward to measure this length means there is some error. So the mathematical operations may also perform some errors. So the combinations of the true values and the absolute error values is called as the programations of error. Okay. See, these programations of errors may involve in an arithmetic operations such as addition, subtractions, multiplications and divisions. Okay. See, now we are going to see about the topic programmation of error. Programmation of error means combination of the error. Okay. These are involved in two steps. One is for an individual measurement and another one is for the mathematical operation that are performed in different instruments we are using for taking the different readings. Okay. See here. So this programations of error, the operations, the arithmetic operations involved here are four. That is the sum, addition, that is addition, multiplications and then subtractions and then divisions. These are the mathematical operations are performed by this programmation of error. Now we are going to see about the topic error, sum of the error of the sum of the two quantities, error of the sum of the two quantities. Let us take, you have taken two quantities, okay, A, B. These are two physical quantities and these physical quantities are you are going to measure it by some measured values. The measured values are A plus or minus delta A and B is equal to plus or minus delta B. See here, this A is the true value, that is mean value. What you are measuring, that exact value is the true value, that is the A. And here delta A, it is the absolute error value. This is called as the absolute error. What is called absolute error? Delta A means, see, if it, see, I already explained the examples now. See, this is the length AB means, here the true value is 10 centimeter. If you are going to measure this length is 10.01 or 10.0 or 9.09 means, what is the error here? This here is a plus 0.01 and here minus 0.01. So these are the differences between the true value and the measured value. That is called the exact, that is called as the error. That error is called as the absolute error here. Okay. So now you know that you are taking two physical quantities A and B. That A can be written in the form of the A plus or minus delta A. Here A is the true value, exact value, mean value, plus or minus. Plus or minus means it may be varied. It may be 10.01 or it may be 9.09. It is according to our measurements only. So you are taking that plus or minus and here delta A is the absolute error. Okay. And see another quantity B. So B is equal to B plus or minus delta B. Now what you have to do, see this is the sum. So taken one quantity Z, taken such quantity Z, that Z is equal to A plus B. That Z is equal to A plus B because we are going to add the two physical quantities. Okay. So Z means how will you write? Z plus or minus delta Z. And A means how will you write? A plus or minus delta A plus B plus or minus delta B. Okay. So this is the formula you are right. Now you are going to add the true value. First you will add the true value. What is the true value here? A plus B. True value is A plus B. And what is that absolute error values? That is plus or minus delta A plus delta B. See here plus or minus delta B. Now you can take this type. Okay. See here the delta A, delta B can occur in plus or minus term. So that means it have two chances. One is delta A plus delta B and another one is delta A minus delta B. So these are the two options here. But see here, the absolute error are always in a combined form only. You have to take on the maximum error in that. What is the maximum error here? Delta A plus delta B only. So that you can avoid the delta A minus delta B. You are going to look forward the maximum value only. Therefore, the equations can be written as A plus B, then plus or minus delta A plus delta B. Okay. So plus delta mean. So here what is that? Z plus or minus delta Z. So A plus B means you are going to write this is the a plus b which is equal to z. So you can take this term as the z plus or minus. Then what do you have? Delta a plus delta b. Delta a plus delta b. See here, that is z plus or minus delta z. Okay. See, cancel that z and plus or minus, and you get the term delta z is equal to, that is error in that z is equal to delta a plus delta b. So this is the answer. So this is the error of the sum of the two quantities. Sum of the two quantities. Okay. So you are going to find out the error. Sum of the two quantities, that is z is equal to a plus b. So what is the z? Z plus or minus delta z, and a is equal to a plus or minus delta a plus b plus or minus delta b. Now you are going to add the two terms. So first add the true values. What are the true values? A plus b. And here what is that absolute error values? Plus, because you are having the plus signs now, so you are putting in plus delta a plus or minus delta b. So this means it have two chances. Either it may be positive or it may be negative. Now we are going to look forward only the maximum value. So you can take as the positive only. Okay. So what is the positive? The absolute error always contained in the form of the positive only. So you can take the form delta a plus delta b. This term only you have to take and you should avoid this term. Therefore you get a plus b plus delta a plus delta b. Okay, and then a plus b means you can put z. So cancel all those common term in the LHS and RHS. We get the term delta z is equal to delta a plus delta b. Okay. Yes. Next you are going to see that for the differences. For the differences you are going to find. See here. So differences means same. What you are finding in sum, what you are finding in the sum is equal to z. That is delta z is equal to delta a plus delta b. So this is the same for the differences also. This is the same for the differences also. See how I can prove in that manner. See, for the difference means z is equal to a minus b. So what is the a minus b? So for a means a plus or minus delta a minus b plus or minus delta b. Okay. Now you have to find, that is z means z plus or minus delta z. Okay. So similarly you can take the minus. So true value you should be minus. Therefore a minus b, and here absolute error. How will you take this? So this is, see here, this is the negative sign. So taken the negative signs means delta a plus or minus delta b. Okay. So this a minus b means you can take, this is the z. And here also you are taking the two changes, two charges, that is positive and negative. See, minus plus minus 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 plus. Again you are having two possibilities. One is the positive and another one is the negative. You can take the maximum value only. So you have taken that, that is z is equal to, that is z plus or minus delta z is equal to z minus delta a plus delta b. Okay, plus or minus. Okay. See, so then taken the common term is z, it should be cancelled. Therefore plus or minus would be cancelled. Therefore delta z is equal to delta a plus delta b. Okay, so this is the differences. This is the differences and this is the sum. See, the both term it should be equal. The both term it should be equal, because we don't bother about the negative signs. We can forward only for the maximum possible absolute error only. So you are taking this value, and for the differences and for the sum, the absolute error delta z quantities can be taken as a delta a plus delta b. So this is the answer. Now I am giving some one example for addition. I am giving some one example for addition. See, let us take this is the town. Okay, this is the town A and this is the town B and this is the town C. Okay, see here, this distance can be given as the 100 plus or minus 0.1 kilometer. Okay, and here this is the given, that is 150 plus or minus 0.3 kilometers. Okay, so these are the kilometers. Now I have to find the total distance. Now I have to find the total distance. So how will you find the total distance? Total distance means you have to add these two quantities. Then how will you add that? 100 plus or minus 0.1 plus, then again you are taking 150 plus or minus 0.3. Okay, how will you add that? See, what is the formula here? So 100 plus 150, which is called as the true value, which is called as the true value. Okay, then plus or minus, again you can add these two values, that is 0.4 kilometer. Okay, sorry students, 100 plus 150 which is equal to 250 and plus or minus 0.3 plus 0.3 is equal to 0.1 plus 0.3 is equal to 0.4. So this is some examples for that error of the sum of the two quantities. Okay. Yes, see your book page number 26. See your book page number 26 and that examples here. See that example 2.8. What they are given means in example 2.8. What they are given, the temperature of the two bodies measured by a thermometer are T1 is equal to, see here, T1 is equal to, they are given T1 is equal to 20 degrees Celsius and plus or minus 0.5 degrees Celsius. Okay, and here the T2 value is also given. The temperature of the another body also given. That value is equal to 50 degrees Celsius. That value is equal to 50 degrees Celsius plus or minus and 0.5 degrees Celsius. Okay, so see here, now we have to calculate the temperature differences and the error therein. So how will you find out the temperature differences? So differences means it is an example for error of the differences. What is the error of the difference formula? You know that T dash is equal to T2 minus T1. Okay, so what is the value of the T2 minus T1? 50 degrees Celsius. 50 degrees Celsius plus or minus 0.5 degrees Celsius. Okay, 5 degrees Celsius minus, and what is the T1 value? That is 20 degrees Celsius plus or minus 0.5 degrees Celsius. Okay, so you have to difference these two values. How will you difference? First minus the true value. So take this section as the true value. What is the true value here? Here 50 degree, that is 50 degree minus 20 degree. So which is equal to 30 degrees Celsius, which is equal to 30 degrees Celsius. Now we are going to difference the absolute error. See here, the absolute error, there is no negative values. You are taking the maximum relative, maximum possible absolute error value only. Therefore, you can add at 0.5 plus 0.5 which is equal to 1 degree Celsius. Therefore, the final answers can be written as 30 degrees Celsius plus or minus 1 degree Celsius. So, this is the final answers. Okay. Yes, okay, the next topic is error of a product. So, if you are taking two physical quantities, okay, let's you take two physical quantities A and B. And these physical quantities, now you are going to multiply. See, what's the topic here? Error of a product. So, take one quantity Z, that Z is equal to A dot B. What is here dot? That is the product term. You are taking the two terms A and B and you are going to multiply on that topic. Multiply on the two physical quantities. You know that what is the A? A is equal to A plus or minus delta A and B is equal to B plus or minus delta B. That you already known it. So mind well. So substitute these in that equations. So Z plus or minus delta Z is equal to, substitute the A term and substitute the B term, and this is the product. So product means you are going to multiply. So the A is going to multiply with B. So AB, then A is going to multiply with delta B plus or minus. So take it plus or minus A into delta B. Similarly, the absolute error delta A is multiplied by B. So you get delta A B and then plus or minus delta A into delta B. So you are taking the 4 terms. When you multiply these two physical quantity means you get 4 terms. Okay. See here, this 4th term, the last term you should be going to be neglected. Why? What's the reason? See, if you are taking that measured value A is equal to 10 centimeter means, what is the error? Suppose it may be 10.01 or it may be 9.09. So the error here is 0.01 only. What is the error here? That is 0.0 only. So if you are multiplying these two errors, suppose for example, assume that this is 0.1 and this value is 0.001 means, what is the 0.01 means? What is the value? 0.001. So see here, it is very too small now. So you can neglect that. You can reject it. You can ignore that terms. It is no need to bother about the two multiplications of the two absolute error values. Okay. Keep it in your mind. I repeat it. See here, delta A and delta B. These are the absolute error. What is called absolute error? If you are measuring that some length, some measurements means you are having some errors, that absolute errors, that may be either 0.1, assume that 0.1, and some of the time 0.01 means if you are multiplying these two means you are getting the value is too small only. So you can directly ignore it. Okay. Then what you get in it? See here, AB plus or minus A delta B plus or minus delta AB. Okay. See, dividing these equations, LHS by Z and RHS by AB, because RHS it has AB and LHS is Z. So what you have doing here is divided by LHS by Z and RHS AB on 3 terms. So what you get? AB divided by AB is equal to 1. And then delta A, this see here, AA it should be cancelled. See here, BB it should be cancelled. So you are getting plus or minus. See, here I do mistakes now. Plus or minus delta B divided by B plus or minus delta A divided by A. So see here. So I am writing this LHS term. See, this is the LHS term and this is the RHS term. RHS, see what is the LHS term? Z by Z 1 plus or minus delta Z divided by Z. So this is the LHS, and what is the RHS here? 1 plus or minus delta B divided by B plus or minus delta A divided by A. So this is the LHS term. This is the RHS term. So you have to written on it. Okay. So next camel, what are the common terms on the LHS and RHS? 1 plus or minus 1. So you should cancel the terms, means what is the final answer? Delta Z divided by error. That is, this is the maximum possible relative error. Because what is called relative error? The mean absolute error divided by absolute value. That is called relative. So this is called as the relative error. The maximum relative error delta Z divided by Z is equal to delta A by A plus delta B divided by B. Here delta A and delta B are the absolute errors and A, B are the true values. Okay. See, here this is the error in the division term, multiplication term. The same rule, hence the same rule, it should be followed in your division also. Divisions also, the final conclusion calculation of the maximum relative error is the delta Z divided by Z is equal to delta A divided by A plus or minus, that is plus delta B divided by B. So this is the error in the term of the divisions also. Now you are going to see about the term power. For example, let us take here Z is equal to A square. So how will you return in the term of the power means just you return the maximum absolute relative error. What is the relative error formula? Absolute error divided by mean value, that is true value, that is delta Z divided by Z, which is equal to, if it is having the power means what you have to write? Multiply of the relative error. So 2 into delta A divided by A. So this is the term to return the maximum relative error in term of the power concept. Okay. For example, in book they are giving some example. See here, that is Z is equal to A power P and B power Q and divided by C power, here see this, TC divided by C power R. Okay, so this is the examples they are giving. Then how will you return that? If you are giving in the term of the numerator and also denominator term. So you have to return, if it is the power means how will you write? Power. First you have to write the power, that is multiple of the power to the relative value. So relative error. So P into delta A divided by A plus what is the next term? Here Q is the power, that is multiple of Q into relative error of B, that is delta B divided by B, and here see the denominator term it having the C power R. So if you are taking numerator means you can ask one question, ma'am, if it is goes to numerator means if the power will change to minus. No, there is no change in the power. Just you written in the term of the plus R into delta C divided by C. So this is the rule. It should be followed in the combinations of the error. Okay. So here we are seeing the 5 combinations of the error. First one is the error of the sum, then error of the differences and multiplications, divisions, and last one is the power. So these are the combinations of the errors. The combinations of the error having the certain limitations and the rules and regulations. Okay. Now you are going to apply these mathematical operations in your examples. See, these are the important sums. It will be asked in your NEET questions. In one word is very, very important. Okay. I will explain now. I am going to explain the example sums in your book. Okay. See here. What is the examples? 2.9. See that what is the 2.9? So already I explained 2.8 now. Then the example is 2.9. Yes, what is the example here? See here the example 2.9. What are the given value here? See the given values. The resistance R is equal to V by I, where V is equal to, see here they are giving the V is equal to plus or minus 5 volt. Okay. Then, and they are giving the I. What is the I value? 10 plus or minus 0.2 ampere. 0.2 ampere. Okay. See here V is the potential difference. What is the unit for potential difference? Volt. And here this is the current. What is the unit for current? Ampere. So they are given the true value and the absolute error in terms of the voltage and the current. What they are asking, see here, to find the resistance. To find the resistance. What is the resistance value? So combine these two formula, you get what is the formula? Yes, you know. What is the Ohm's law formula? V is equal to IR. This is the Ohm's law formula. From that, R is equal to V divided by I. Therefore, from how do you write that? That is delta R divided by R, which is equal to delta V divided by V plus delta I divided by I. Okay, this is the format you have to write. Okay, so what is the delta V? See here, this is the V means this is the delta V, and this is the I means this is the delta I. So what is the delta V here? Yes, 5 divided by what is the V here? 100. Similarly, plus what is the delta I here? 0.2 divided by what is the I? 10. Okay. So when you are multiplying these values, so divide these two values, you get 5 divided by 100. Therefore, you can written in the term of the 0.05. Okay, plus then what is the value here? 0.02. Okay, so these are the two values you are find, delta R divided by R. So this is the relative error. Now what they are asking to find the resistance in terms of the percentage error. So how will you find the percentage error? Percentage error formula is 100% into relative error. 100% into relative error. So what is the relative error here? What is the relative error here? See here. So how will you find out? That is 0.005 into 100%. So what is the value voltage we get? So multiplying this value means you are getting the term. Yes, see here. So what is the delta R divided by here R? That is delta R divided by R. You are getting the term 5 divided by 100 plus 0.2 divided by 10. So dividing these values you get 0.05 plus again you are dividing this value means 0.02. So if you are adding these two values means the final answer is 0.07. Okay, this is the relative error for that resistance. The sum is over. But what they are asking, find the percentage error of that voltage, percentage error of the resistance. So next step you are going to find that is delta R divided by R into 100%. See what is the percentage error formula? 100% into relative error. This is the formula. 100% into relative error and this is the formula. So what's here? Delta R divided by R into 100% which is equal to 0.05 into 100% plus 0.02 into 100%. So when you are multiplying these two values means you get 5%, 2% and total value is 7%. Therefore, the percentage error of the resistance is 7%. Okay. So this is the example 2.9. Yes, see here, next problem, take your book, page number 27, the example sum is 2.10. See what they are given, the resistance of the resistance R1 is equal to 100 plus or minus ohm. See here, they are given the value R1 and similarly they are given the value R2 which is equal to 200 plus or minus 4 ohm. Okay, so these two values they are given, what they are asking to find the series. So what is the formula for series? So in a resistance, already you are learnt in a 10th standard classes. So when the resistance are connected in series, see this is the resistance 1 and this is the resistance 2. When they are connecting in series means what is the formula? That is RS is equal to R1 plus R2. This is a common formula here. Okay. So they are asking to find the series connection only. So what is the formula R1? So you know that how will we write that R1? R1 is equal to R1 plus delta R1. So this is the formula. So that is R2 means R2 is equal to del plus or minus that is delta R2. So this is the values. This is the values you are given here. Okay. See what is the resistance R1 here? 100. See here 100 plus or minus 3. Okay. And here the plus and they are given the value 200 plus or minus 4. So how will you add that? First you should add the true value. What is the true value here? This is the true value 100 and this is the 200. These are the true values. First you just add the true values and you get the term 300. Now you have to going to add the absolute error values. What is the absolute error values? Here 3, here 4. So 3 plus 4 you will get the answer is 7. So what is the answer? That is when the resistance are connected in series means the answer is 300 plus or minus 7 ohm. Okay. And second, see they are given the second questions. If it is connected in parallel, means they are given parallel combination. Use for that relationship 1 divided by R dash is equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2. So just you can find the LCM term. Take the LCM R1 R2, here R2 plus R1. So again see here 1 divided by R1. I need to find R dash. So R dash means what is the formula? R1 R2 divided by R1 plus R2. Then simply substituting this value. What is the R1? Is the 100. And what is the R2? 200. And similarly 100 plus 200. So if you are multiplying 200 means just cancel these values. You get 200 by 3. When you are dividing these answers you get 66.7 ohm. So this is the parallel. When the resistance are connected in parallel means the final answer is 66.7 ohm. And also they are asked one more thing. See what is delta R dash divided by R dash square is equal to delta R1 by R dash square plus delta R2 divided by R2 square. Next we are going to see that. Okay. Next is delta R dash divided by R dash square is equal to delta R1 divided by R1 square plus delta R2 divided by R2 square. Next you are going to find the third special cases. So it's very easy. Just take this delta R dash and take this R dash whole square into the RHS term. Okay. See, then next you substitute all those values. What is the delta R1? This is the delta R1. So no, you should know that this is the R1 and this is the delta R1. This is the R2 and this is the delta R2. Okay. See here R dash value already you got it in the parallel combination. What is that answer? That is 66.7 ohm. So just you putting that answer. That is 3 divided by 100 the whole square plus 4 divided by 200 the whole square into 66.7 the whole square. So when you are adding and taking LCM and multiplying this term, you got the answer is 1.777. So if you are rounding in the one decimal, in terms of the one decimal points, you take as 1.8 ohm. So finally the R dash value can be written as this is the R dash 66.7 plus or minus 1.8 ohm. This is the absolute error value and that is called as the true error. So in parallel combination, you are taking the two step. One step is to find the R dash to find the true value and another step is to find the absolute error value and therefore the final answer can be calculated as R dash is equal to 66.7 plus or minus 1.8 ohm. Okay. Next example is 2.11. What is the question here? Find the relative error in Z. Here the Z value is given. What is the Z value given? That is Z is equal to A power 4, B power 1 by 3 upon C D power 3 by 2. So what is the power rule? You know the power rule. What is the power rule? Can you remember that? If it is A power M means how will you write? That is M into delta A divided by A. That is M into, that is power into relative error. So that is the rule here. So how will you follow in this sum? See that 4 into, what is the A? Delta A divided by A. Then plus, see here it is a product. So product means you can use the plus sign only. Okay. And see here B power 1 by 3. So what is the answer? 1 by 3 into delta B divided by B. Then what is the answer? If it is a denominator term also, what is the division condition? If it is in a division denominator term, means you can take it to the numerator term without any changes. Okay. So see here, if there is no power means conclude. This is having power 1. Okay. So what is the value here? That is 1 into that is delta C divided by C. Okay. And then again the last term is 3 by 2 into delta D divided by D. So if the sum of the sums, they are given that value for a absolute error value and true value. If they given means you just substitute all those sums, all those values in that sum, and after mathematical operations you can perform it, you get the final conclusions in your answers. Okay. See the next sum, the next last example is 2.12. See, I am reading the question now. The period of oscillation of a simple pendulum pendulum is given, that is t is equal to 2 pi square root of L divided by G, and the measured value of L is 20 centimeters. See here, the measured value of L is they are given. See, if you are taking two physical quantity means, how will you write in the term? That is L plus or minus delta L and T plus or minus delta T. See here, they are given two values here. So that I am using the physical quantity L and the T. Okay, and see here, the L length is given as 20 centimeters and it is known to 1 millimeter accuracy. It is known to 1 millimeter accuracy. So what is the 1 millimeter accuracy? 1 millimeter means what is that? So you see here, the length here is given 20 is centimeter. The length is here given is in terms of the centimeter. But the accuracy, the error is given in terms of the millimeter. So convert this millimeter into centimeter. So you can write 0.1 centimeter. So that I am writing this 0.1 as the centimeter in terms of the absolute error. So mind well and keep it, I repeat this, see here. The measured value of L is 20 centimeter and known to 1 millimeter of accuracy. See here, what is the true value? What is the measured value? Original value they are given 20. And plus or minus, this is the formula, plus or minus, and here the delta L, what is the accuracy here given? See, 1 millimeter. So what is 1 millimeter? 1 millimeter means you have to convert it to centimeter because the length of the true value is given in centimeter. So you have converting this millimeter into terms of the centimeter, that is the 0.1 centimeters. Okay, so now I am obtained the term length. Then what they are given next terms I am reading here, and time for oscillations. See here, 100 oscillations, they are founded in 900 oscillations. See, 100 oscillations, they are found to be in a 90 seconds. See here, what they are given, 100 oscillations of the pendulum is found to be 90 seconds. So 100 oscillations, the period of oscillations are oscillated to and fro in 100 times. Okay, so 100 times it is absorbed in 90 seconds. Therefore, what about the one oscillation? What about the one oscillation, the time it will be get? See here, that is simply you can write 90 divided by 100. So this is the original value. So that I am writing that T term. See here, the physical quantity T means how will you write in terms of the combination of the error? T is equal to T plus or minus delta T. Okay. So that true value can be written as how I can written here. See, note it. So these are the important point. 100 oscillations are observed in 90 seconds mean one oscillation, that is a question mark. So just I am dividing this 90 divided by 100. Okay. So this is the true value. This is the true value. Okay. Now what is the next term? This is the absolute error term. Next they are given in the book. See here. And a wristwatch. They are observed in a wristwatch of 1 second resolution. So what is the accuracy? What is the absolute error here? That is 1 second. See, if 100 oscillations, the same dialogue, the 100 oscillations having the accuracy, error is 1 second means, therefore, 1 oscillation, see, similarly 1 divided by 100. So that is the answer here. Okay, have you got it? See here, now I am going to find the delta D. What is the delta D? Change in the error. That is the absolute error value. The absolute error value are observed 100 oscillations. If you are going to 100 oscillations means 1 second is observed in your accuracy. That is absolute error. Okay. So 100 oscillations, 1 second accuracy, absolute error means 1 oscillation. That is a question. Okay. So that it is given by 1 divided by 100. Therefore 1 means 1 divided by 100. 1 oscillations means 1 second divided by 100 oscillations. That is 1 divided by 100. What is the unit for time? That is the seconds. Okay. So next I am dividing this I am dividing upon, that is 90 upon 100 plus 1 upon 100, and I got the answer 0.9 plus or minus. See here, I am missing the term minus, and plus or minus 0.01 seconds. So now I got the two terms, length and time. So these are two values they are given in your book. Okay. Now what they are asking? They are not asking about the length and time. They are find out the acceleration due to gravity. That is a g term. Okay. So they are giving the formula. T is equal to 2 pi square root of L divided by g. So if you are squaring on the both sides means what is the answer? T square is equal to 4 pi square L divided by g. From that, g is equal to 4 pi square L divided by g. Next, you are going to write in terms of the combination of error. What is the combination of error formula? Delta G divided by G, which is equal to delta L divided by L plus here T square. T square means it is in the power term. So 2 into delta T divided by T. Now, I know you can arrange one question. No, sir, what happened to that 4 pi square? See, that 4 pi square is a constant term. Constant means there is no sort of the error. It is a constant term. It is a fixed term. There is no shortage of the error there. So you can just neglect it. It is a constant term. You don't bother about on the 4 pi square. Okay. So reject that term. So now you are getting the term G is equal to L divided by T square. And this term can be written in terms of the combination of errors. Therefore, delta G divided by G, which is equal to delta L divided by L plus 2 into delta T divided by T. So now I am getting the answer and I am substituting the answers. Delta L means what is the value? 0.01. L means what is the value? 20. And here delta T is the 0.01 seconds and T is the 0.9. So when I am substituting all those values and performing the mathematical operations and finally I got the answer is 0.027. This is my final conclusion answer for the acceleration due to gravity. Okay, but they are asking that acceleration due to gravity in terms of the percentage error. So what is the percentage error? Percentage error means easily just you write the relative error, that is maximum relative error into 100%. So when you are put delta G divided by G into 100% means which is equal to 0.027 into 100%. When you are multiplying this term, you are getting the 2.7% or approximately it can be written as in terms of the 3%. Okay, so this is the acceleration due to gravity, that is relative error of the G value in terms of the percentage. Okay, so these are the topics we are discussed today. What are the topics we are discussed today? What is called programations of error. So the number of the arithmetic operations in the experiments, we are using different instruments and taking different readings means a combination of errors can occur. So these are due to individual measurements and also some mathematical operations. Okay, and from that we are finding that errors of the sum, errors of the differences, multiplications and then divisions and then power. These are the 5 rules you are followed with some limitations and we are discussed some examples problems and these are very important in your NEET. Okay, so if you have any doubt means please call me. Thank you students.